Welcome to the Movie Draft Podcast. I'm Ethan Simeon, and I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, Ben Lawhorn.
Is this the real Caesar's Palace?
Along with a first-time guest, Ben's partner, Ashley.
Hello.
And today, we are collaboratively drafting Las Vegas movies. Guys, this is kind of weird. We're recording in person.
Mm-hmm.
The listeners don't know it, and the viewers that don't exist don't know it. But I'm looking at you guys.
Yeah.
With my eyes.
Yeah.
Not through a computer screen. How does this feel?
I'm glad you have pants on. I had to ask you twice to do it. That's a little weird, but I'm excited to do this in person.
I refuse.
Like, this is my room. I'm going to dress how I want.
We are
I'm
drafting
really
in my room. This is true. I invited you over to my room. So
Yeah.
let's pod on my home turf.
You wanted home court advantage.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
I am hoping that this brings the advantage to me in this draft.
I think so.
I don't know.
I feel like this is potentially the riskiest / most unhinged draft yet because like there's so many new variables. One of those new variables is Ashley.
Yeah.
Ashley, I got to be honest with you, you're a real wild card, and I don't know what to expect.
Really nervous.
I'm worried.
Nice.
I don't know what's going to happen.
That makes me excited, actually.
Just a few minutes before we started recording, you were like, do we have to do 11 movies? Because I don't feel ready. So that's the wild card that I'm talking about that I don't know. We're on different energies here. So we are recording this pod live. Now, this is the second pod that you and I have ever recorded live together.
Yeah.
The first one being for the 2022
Oscars?
Academy Awards.
Yeah.
And that was pretty fun. But I do think that drafting in person kind of brings a new dynamic, especially for a draft episode, because you have not stopped staring at me this whole time that I've been
That's my
monologuing.
plan.
And that's what I'm worried about.
I'm trying to not blink. I'm just staring at you the entire time.
Okay, Ben, I'll start with you. Do you think potting in person for a draft is better or worse than like virtually?
I think it's going to be more fun because you're able to kind of read body language and read the room a little bit. So I think as far as like
huge new element.
Yeah, which is going to be a lot of fun. I also like feel like it's 2 against 1 against me because I know like while she is my partner, I don't know that she's on my side. You know, I feel like I'm kind of curious how I'm ready for the vetoes. I'm ready for stuff to get kicked off. So I'm excited though to draft in person. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
See, I feel opposite of you. Excuse me. I feel opposite of you where it's you two against me. Because you guys are a unit. You know, you brought in someone close to you.
My muscle.
And I'm sure last night before you went to bed that you were like, listen, here's how the draft is going to go. We're going to play as a team.
Yeah.
So I'm worried. Ashley, how are you feeling coming into the draft?
I feel nervous. I realize I don't know that I like Las Vegas movies.
Very excited for you to be on the last Las Vegas collab draft. It's going to be fun.
This is going to be my last Vegas podcast ever.
Okay. Well, that'll bring an interesting energy here. No doubt about it. Okay. So I agree with you, Ben. I think the body language is going to be crucial. Also, I'm worried. So let's just start getting into our draft. We are going to draft collaboratively. We're going to draft 11 of the best theoretical Las Vegas movies. But no questions, Ashley. No questions.
Point of order.
We will get to point of order. I do have a question for you. Did you, and I think I already know the answer to this, did you prep for this draft at all? Did you watch any films?
I watched a handful of films. I did some research. I'm not coming in totally blind here. But I do think 11, I'm just going to say, is a lot considering how many movies total are there, do you think, that involve Las Vegas in a significant way? I don't think.
In a large capacity.
Are there 11? Are we going to just name all 11 movies?
You don't think there's 11 Las Vegas movies? That's the question here?
I don't think there's many more than 11.
Ben, what's your take?
Are we doing it because of Oceans? Is that like the Oceans like?
Well, we gotta lay off on the. You're landing on really thick on what we want as number one. So let's just relax a little bit, okay?
Pretty obvious.
Let's relax a little bit.
I'm not giving anything away.
When guests say this, Ben, you know this better than anybody. Guests will egg me on and this will cause the Agent of Chaos to come out. So I was like, before we started recording, I was like, Ocean's probably going to go in the top. And now I'm like, well, maybe we'll see it at 11. Who knows?
Maybe Blue Valentine. Who knows? Who knows what'll end up at number 1? We'll see.
Oh my God. I didn't even think of Blue Valentine as a Vegas movie.
Someone didn't prepare.
Okay. This is my pod, Ashley. Get the hell out of here. Stop with the slander. Ben, did you revisit anything? I know you watched at least one new movie coming into this.
Yeah, I watched a few new movies as well. Some that I will veto if they get mentioned. Some that I think kind of belong in the bottom tier because I think there's maybe more than 11 Vegas movies, but maybe not more than 11 decent Vegas movies for sure. Mm-hmm. So I feel like when we're at the bottom of the draft, it's going to be like, this is a movie. It's okay. It takes place in Vegas, but we need to get to like the top 6 here kind of thing.
Sure. We need to push on to really lay down the law on the top 5. Okay. So point of order. This is always big. So I know I mentioned we're collaboratively drafting 11 Las Vegas movies. Listeners of the pod will kind of know how that already goes. We'll go through the rules here in a minute, but I feel like this is very much aligned with rom-coms or other kind of genre films. There might be room to kind of, expand the box a little bit in terms of what qualifies. Now, are there for you guys, are there any hard qualifiers like has to take, 15 minutes in Vegas at least, or what's the qualifier for a Las Vegas film?
I feel like, if it is, you know what I mean? Like if there's it's a Vegas,
it's
for sure.
Porn. Like it when you see it.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is definitely porn. Yeah, I feel that way for sure. Like you put out a poll because you're trying to get some information out of people. And
lovely listeners decided to help me out and
thank you.
Gave me some great ideas. I got to be honest,
and some not great ideas because there was some that got mentioned. I was like, that's not a Vegas movie. Like, there's a part, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay.
Listeners, I support you. Ben doesn't support you. Let it be known.
I'm ready for to fight some of these things. You're going to try to qualify.
I'm so ready because there are many movies that I will be arguing for here in this draft. What about you, Ashley? Does it have to predominantly take place in Vegas to be a Vegas movie?
Yeah, it either has to be almost as a side character, impact the plot somehow, or the one that Ben mentioned. It's there's a montage, and I don't know that qualifies. That's kind of my take.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see if it qualifies when we inevitably talk about some of these films.
The Las Vegas list is pretty short as far as movies. So,
okay. I think
we're going to have to throw some curveballs in here to get to 11, I think. So
this is interesting to me because generally with a collab draft, I personally tend not to go for the 11-10 picks. Mm-hmm. And it seems like this might be my house today on the draft. I want those 11-10 picks.
Okay.
Cool.
Because I feel like that's the time to squeeze, some really outside the box movies in.
Flintstones.
Not the Flintstones. We'll not be playing the Flintstones on this draft.
Hashtag not my Flintstones.
Yeah, hashtag not my Flintstones. Okay. Are any other points of order before we go over the rules of the draft and we spin the spinner that, Ben, you so generously offered to do on your phone? Which
this
really
program I developed that is super objective. Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm ready to get into this for sure.
Okay. All right, let's get into it because I don't want to ask any favorite Vegas films, obviously, because we'll kind of talk about that as we go through the list. So this is a collaborative draft. So we are, in theory, working together. Mm-hmm. I put some really big quotes around that because I don't know if that's the purpose of today. Mm-hmm. But that's the idea of a collaborative draft. And we're going to work together to come up with a list, one list of the 11 best movies set in Las Vegas, starring Las Vegas, about Las Vegas. I don't know, yet to be determined, but they are Las Vegas films. As always with the collaborative drafts, special shout out to Screen Drafts, wonderful podcast that has kind of influenced this draft layout. Be sure to go check out their podcast. Okay, I'm going to explain the picks and the abilities, and then we're going to get into this and spin. So drafter number A is going to get picks 1, 4, and 7. They will get 2 vetoes. Meaning if someone else plays a movie that they don't think belongs on the board or they think belongs higher up on the board, they can veto that movie. Really, I feel crucial here in this draft. That's a personal feeling. Drafter B is going to get picks 2, 5, 8, and 9. They will get one single veto because they do have 4 picks as opposed to the 3 that Drafter A gets. And then we've got Drafter C is going to get picks 3, 6, 10, and 11. Now they're going to get a veto and then the only veto override of the draft.
Yeah, that's
so
to me.
If someone plays something and one person vetoes it, then the person with the veto override will have the ability to say, no, that's going to stay. We're going to keep that where it is. Which I think, again, could be really dangerous. Ashley, it seems like you're really gravitating towards that right now.
I think that's why you want the 10 and 11 picks, so you can get that veto override.
I've never shared this on the pod before, and let's let the listeners know a little bit behind the scenes here. We are very prematurely recording this episode. We're 6 weeks ahead of release date on this episode. But the reason we're recording it today is because we are, in fact, in Las Vegas. I don't even think I mentioned this at the top of the podcast.
We really buried the lead there.
Buried the lead. We're 20 minutes in, and I was like, guess what? We're in Vegas doing Vegas movies.
Yeah, we are.
So we're all in Vegas, and it's really exciting. We're looking through our window at the Luxor. It's a big pyramid. I don't know how they built it. Who knows? But it's out there. And so that's the reason we're
slaves.
So we've covered porn, aliens, and slaves here on the pod so far, and we haven't even started drafting. This is going to get crazy. And so that's why we're doing Las Vegas. Now, the reason I go into this big monologue is because I don't think I've revealed this information yet. We'll see if I reveal it in a previous episode to this. The veto override, I don't like it. I think it's too much pressure. I don't think I have ever found myself in a good situation where I've been like, ooh, a veto override would have been really nice then.
I love a veto override. I love it so much. That's
why?
That's why
What's
the bottom
power about it?
The bottom part is my favorite because I love those bottom picks where there's no pressure and people are like, yeah, I'll let it slide, whatever. But also the veto override, because if someone tries to veto something, it's like, no, that's a good movie. Objectively, it deserves to be on this list. Then you have the override. Because that is the thing, is you can't use the override on your own pick. Right. So for an example, if you nominate the movie, Ashley, and then I veto it, but you have the override, you can't use it for yourself. You can only use it to help one of the two of us.
Well, that seems like bullshit.
Dim's the rules. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what to tell you. Don't come back in the pod. Wow. Yeah. See, veto override, just not appealing to me.
Yeah, it's not appealing to me.
Well, then leave it for me, guys.
You're just going to change your Instagram handle, Benny Bavito.
Benny
Bavito. Okay. Do we have any more questions? Any more points of order? I feel really bad about not mentioning the fact that we're literally in Las Vegas recording this podcast.
You just splice this part and put it at the very beginning. We're in Vegas. Hello, welcome to the Movie Draft Pod.
Yeah, it's literally what I do with every draft pod. Yeah. I just edit it to make it sound better. Make it sound like I'm winning all the time. Okay. Let's spin. Let's spin for our. Do you
want to spin?
I'm not feeling ready for this draft. Just so you guys know.
No, not at all. But I'm
not excited about it.
Here we go.
Okay, we're spinning.
First spin.
Ashley has spun the spinner in person. By the way, I don't know what color is who.
Oh, respin.
Okay, landed on Ben. Ben will get to decide what drafter he is, and I don't think it'll be a surprise.
Okay.
We got to spin one more time. Oh, shoot. I hope I get second. Ashley, this energy does not deserve for you to pick who you want.
Well,
or what spinner you want.
You got your wish.
Perfect. The spinner knows. It knows energy. It knows karma. Ben?
All right. Yeah.
What draft are you going to be?
I want to be drafter C.
Damn it.
I want that veto override.
I should not have said that I was really vibing with that drafter C pick.
It's my favorite spot. I love it. I would have taken it.
Yeah. You do like the 10 and 11. See that? Oh, shoot. The whole draft is thrown out of whack now.
Yeah.
This is no good for me. As someone who's trying to be like, oh, I bet you that could be qualified as a Vegas movie. This is no good.
It's not good at all. Because I also don't want the pressure of the number one pick. So
that's too much pressure.
Yeah.
Okay. So then here's the question that you ask. So it's between Ashley and I to get drafter A and B.
Oh.
Do you want to sidebar real quick, Ben, and collab on this? Do we trust Ashley with the number one pick? This is a real question because the wild card energy is off the charts. Are we willing to potentially risk the Flintstones Viva Las Vegas being number one on this list?
It won't be because it's Viva Rock Vegas.
Case in point, I'm not feeling good.
I hope it is Viva Rock Vegas. I would love for her to have the number 1 pick.
Oh, I mean, Ashley, come on. We've got to collab on some level here. This can't be. I feel like I'm talking down like a potential escapee prisoner. And I'm just like, well, just stay in the jail. You don't need to go anywhere. Don't worry about it.
Escapee from a jail or a mental hospital.
Either one goes. Do you trust yourself, the number 1 pick?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
It's not really
Locked
the answer
in.
that I was
I
hoping
trust
for.
myself.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
See,
Okay,
I'm
well,
just,
here-
I'm just using
All
my
right.
advantage of this being our only second IRL hang to like,
Yeah.
you don't know me that well.
Oh,
So
okay.
this is just
Gosh.
fun for me to.
I feel like I know you well enough to not trust you with the number 1 pick. I feel like that's a good sign. Okay, so Ashley, you're gonna be drafter A. You're gonna get picks 1, 4, and 7.
Okay.
You're gonna be you. I do not like this so far. You are gonna have 2 vetoes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be drafter B. I'm gonna
Okay.
get 2, 5, 8, and 9. I will take the single veto.
Mhm.
Probably the worst spot on this draft. Ben, you're gonna get drafter C. 3, 6, 10, and 11. You'll have the veto and the veto override. Everything you've ever wanted.
That's all I need.
Turns out you can have it all.
I can indeed.
Shit. Okay.
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 Let's draft. Let's fucking draft.
Let's do
I'm
this.
excited.
This
I was
is-
sweating before, but I'm excited now.
Oh, how the turntables.
With the 11th spot in the Las Vegas
Don't
draft.
look. I'm not even looking at you, Ben. I'm looking at my notes, and I know you're staring at me. You're
We-
gonna choose something I don't even want on this list.
I mean, we thought, a version of this might be number 1, but I think we're going to put it at number 11. We're going with Ocean's 13
Oh,
at number 11.
interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
We get the whole cast back, but now they're teaming up with Terry Benedict because they got to take down the big guy, Al Pacino. Ever heard of him?
Wait, Al Pacino's in Ocean's 13.
He isn't. He's the big bad in Ocean's 13.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am.
I've obviously never seen Ocean's 13.
Stop
He's so
the
good.
pod.
This is crazy.
We're going to take a break. We're going to watch
You
this
don't
movie.
trust me.
We'll be right back.
Yeah. It's actually we're gonna live stream it right now.
He plays a character named Willie Bank, which is kind of a weird name, but he's really good in
Is
it.
it like Willie is his first name, or is it like Will and then E as the middle initial and then Bank?
Like Wile E. Coyote. It's Willie Bank. Yeah.
Willie Bank?
William Bank
I don't
goes
know.
by Willie. But we get Ellen Barkin in this. We get Eddie Izzard in this as well.
Wow, Eddie Izzard and the Lizard Gizzard.
Indeed. There's a sequence where like the hotel is getting reviewed and they put this hotel reviewer through just an absolute nightmare scenario. Close your ears. There's bed bugs. There's all kinds of
don't
stuff
bring that
going
energy
on.
into my hotel room.
It's
No.
awful.
What are we
It's
doing?
awful. But I really like this movie. I think they kind of fell off with Ocean's 12 a little bit and they came back with Ocean's 13. It's a lot of fun. Obviously not as much fun as the first one, which I'm hoping we'll talk about later on. But I feel like it deserved to get mentioned in here because 2 out of 3 in a trilogy isn't too bad. So yeah, I'm going to go with Ocean's 13 at 11.
A movie I obviously did not even consider for this draft. I feel like the Oceans franchise is probably one of my biggest like glaring weak spots in my kind of like franchise consumption.
Mhm.
Ashley, you've seen Oceans 13.
I have.
How are you feeling about it being 11 on the list?
Great.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay, so
12
I was right. You guys are working together to
12
conspire against me.
I'm just trying to remember. 12, they go abroad, right?
Yeah. So I think they go over to Europe to
Mhm, mhm.
like steal paintings to pay back Terry
Yeah.
Benedict. And
yeah,
then
yeah.
Julia Roberts has to pretend to be Julia Roberts in the movie.
Oh,
They're like,
yeah.
you know who you look like, the actress that you are. Like,
Oh, that
it's
sounds like a
kinda
tough
weird.
sit.
Yeah, it's kind of rough. So,
2 on
but
the
13, I think they came back and did a good job.
Okay, but 13 does
Okay.
Ocean's 13 does take place in Vegas then.
I mean, you don't know, so you just have to take my word for it, I guess. So,
Oh my god. Oh, this is the pitfalls of the Las Vegas draft. Okay, we'll go with Ocean's 13 at 11. I'm not gonna waste my single veto on a movie I haven't seen.
I love it.
Oh, listeners just hate me more and more every episode. I'm like, I haven't seen that, but Blue Valentine, you ever heard of it?
Ever heard of it?
People are just like, this fucking
He
guy.
plays the ukulele. Yeah.
Okay, Ben, you got your number 10 pick.
Number 10, I think it's
It-
only right. What?
It seems like you came into this with a strategy. Do you have a short list of movies?
Yeah.
You're looking to play?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I got a short list here ready to go.
For the record, I don't know what it is.
It's
Okay.
true.
Yeah, I heavily doubt that, but okay.
He doesn't know what's on my list either.
We talked about like, because we wondered if like maybe we do teams or something. But then it was just like, well, wait, do we know if we're doing it? I was like, well, no, we don't. He's like, then I'm not going to tell you anything. So she hasn't told me anything. There are movies she wants to play that I have no idea about. So
Real Vegas energy.
yeah,
That's
she's
good.
really playing the
Okay.
cards close. So at number 10, I think this list we'd be remiss if we didn't have an Elvis movie on here since we are in Las Vegas.
I agree with that. That's a good take, actually.
So I think it's only fitting that we have Viva Las Vegas
Mhm.
on this list. I did watch this movie with Anne Margaret. It's okay. I mean, like for the Elvis movies, it is what it is. It was a vehicle for him to like become a star. We get him singing Viva Las Vegas, I think twice in the movie. Not nearly enough. I don't know. He's handsome. He's charming. He's Elvis. I think we need him on the list. And this feels like the most appropriate movie possible. And I just, it needs to be on here. But I don't want to play it higher because, objectively, I don't think it's a great movie. But, for the listeners, we got to make sure we have an Elvis movie. And maybe not the only one. Dun, dun,
Okay,
dun.
well, we should be careful about that. That seems a little dangerous. Yeah, I agree. So obviously, I haven't seen Viva Las Vegas. It was on my short list for this draft. I think, and again, like I know this question has been posed before here on the collab draft of like how much of this is a potential like Hall of Fame adjacent situation here. Do we need to accurately represent what we're drafting?
Yeah.
It feels like in the pantheon of Las Vegas films, an Elvis film has to be on the list.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Have you seen Viva Las Vegas, Ashley?
No.
Okay, but you want it on the list. Got it. So you're definitely working together.
It's got to be on the list.
If what's the word for
This is good podcast content.
I know. Like a mascot. If Las Vegas had a mascot, it would
sure.
be Elvis. Like if there's one singular person you can associate with this city, it's Elvis.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So on the list.
Gotta
I'm
be
not
on the
gonna
list.
I'm not
Gotta
gonna veto Rock Vegas, that one.
Finger guns? I don't know. What do you want? What do you want out of
I
that?
love
Snake
it.
eyes.
I think it's a
I didn't even think about that movie. God damn.
oh boy. I think it's a pretty bold move to play both of these movies at 10 and 11 that I do think are like really on the cusp kind of movies for Vegas.
Mhm.
But I'm good with it.
Living life on the cusp. That's what I do.
I feel good about
Good.
our list so far. Now that does bring me to my pick.
Where we all collectively don't feel good
I
about
know.
these picks. Let's hear what you got.
Well, of course, it begs the question
Does it?
of it begs the question of like, do I want to put it on the list because it accurately is actually a good Las Vegas movie?
Mhm.
Or like, do I want to put it on the list to just, try and be a little sly bastard over here? Be
Try
like,
and
well,
get me unleash one of my vetoes.
maybe not. I don't know. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to try and like rein it in a little bit with my
Whoa.
For
thinking
once.
here.
Yeah.
Ashley, you don't know me, okay? I don't know you. You don't know me.
I listen to
You
the
can't
pod.
do this. Yeah, long time, first time on the pod. Okay. I feel like this in the 9 spot is good. And I feel like it's low enough where we can kind of make concessions about it. I'm not even going to ask you guys. I'm going to say, I'm playing at number 9. I'm playing The Godfather because a very crucial storyline, obviously, takes place going to Las Vegas. They're expanding into Nevada, buying a lot of casinos. We see them go. We see them meet up in a hotel room. Pretty good stuff.
Ben's face.
Ben's not really on board.
You're just describing scenes, but like it's not like I don't know. They could be in Atlantic City. I never think about this as a Vegas movie, and it's one of my favorite movies of all time.
I'm on the Godfather wiki right now, and there's a whole Las Vegas sub wiki. So like, if that's not a Las Vegas movie, I mean, you got to go talk to Mo Green. Come on, Mo Green.
I'm not going to use a veto on it. I disagree with it. I love this movie, so I'm not going to be mad if it's on the list because it's a great movie. I just never think about it as a Vegas movie. But I mean, I hear what you're saying. You're technically right. You're technically right.
I mean, they send Frito to Vegas to talk to Mo Green, to talk about expansion.
Yeah.
Obviously, he fucks it up and kind of sets off a large chain of events that really ultimately rules The Godfather Part 2.
Not a good movie. Yeah.
Wow. It's a fucking unbelievable take. To hear somebody say that in person while looking at me is scary, to be honest.
Right in the eyes.
I can handle it over a computer screen. I cannot handle it when you're 4 feet away from me.
Yeah.
Ashley, The Godfather?
Do I want to veto Corleone this?
Oh, wow. Walked right into that one.
You did.
I think we got to get you off the show. I think Ben and I will wrap this list by ourselves.
You're going to veto me altogether.
You've been
Goodbye.
vetoed off the show.
Arrivederci. No, I don't care. I don't give a rip. Let it stay. I've got bigger fish to fry here, so
Hell yeah.
Okay. We got bigger
let's
motives.
pave the path to the top 7, which is what I was prepared for.
Oh, the top 7 is what we're talking
These
about.
first 4 are just whatever.
Well, 7's where I get my first pick, so let's.
That's all. That's all that matters.
To you. That's all that matters to you. Okay. Okay. Now there are obviously movies that I could try to pull this again. We talked about Blue Valentine. They go to Vegas, stay in Vegas. Now I agree with you, Ben. You think of Las Vegas movies, Blue Valentine didn't even make my short list, and I'm Blue Valentine stand number 1.
You are.
So I think it would be a little bit of a farce to try to play it here on the show.
It's good to hear you say.
So sometimes I do use a brain, and it feels really good. Number 8. I'm going to go with a movie that I don't know if it's good because I haven't seen it in a long time, but it is undoubtedly core Las Vegas.
Okay.
I'm going with 21. Grew up on this film. It's about counting cards, blackjack, taking the fucking city by the balls, and earning some money to go to MIT. That's what Vegas is about.
And just to be clear, you were very pro Kevin Spacey. You're
Absolutely.
He's done nothing
Get
wrong.
Him back in films.
That's what's really going on
is
here.
Bankrupt right now. We need to start a GoFundMe. He's on national news headlines, crying, sobbing about how hard his life has been. Bring back Kevin Spacey. Make America great again.
Oh my God.
Where was Kevin Spacey on January 6th? That's the real question.
In clip right there. Man, I haven't seen this movie in so long. I feel like it wasn't good, but again, I'm not going to use a veto here.
But it's is it a matter of if it's good? It's Vegas. Literally, the poster to this movie is the characters photoshopped into an ace card and a jack card. That's Las Vegas, baby.
I mean, again, you're technically right. Yeah, I don't know. And I don't really have much to say about it because I haven't seen it in forever. So I don't remember.
Josh Gad is in this film, apparently.
Oh my God.
Totally forgot about that. Tough. All right. Well, I'm feeling pretty good about 21 at 8, honestly. Unless Ashley's just stewing on a veto over here.
Well, here's the thing. If I do veto, what are you going to put in its place? That's
something far more unqualified. That's the threat that I'll put out there.
I feel like I saw this in the theater. And what stuck with me the most
Kate Bosworth's haircut. Gorgeous. Her bob. That's what I think of when I think of Vegas. Blonde bobs.
Blonde bobs. It's fine. I remember them saying winner, winner, chicken dinner quite a few times. And I say it occasionally. So I'm not going to argue.
Yeah.
It can stay.
Changed your view on Las Vegas. I mean, they get caught, and Lawrence Fishburne beats him up with brass knuckles, and he's like, "Get the fuck out of my town."
It's wild that you put it ahead of The Godfather, but
yeah, I'll give you that take. The reason that I did that is because The Godfather is far less Vegas centric.
Yeah,
as we crawl up the board, you have to get more Vegas centric. In my opinion, Vegas has to be the core of the movie. When you're talking top 3, I can't justify The Godfather top 3.
Wow. I'm just looking at my list and I have 8 movies that are very Las Vegas. But yeah, she makes a good point.
You
Who
got a
knows
veto,
what you
Ben?
would play?
You got a veto?
I don't trust you. There's just absolutely no way. I have no idea what you would play next.
So you're willing to say that there's only going to be 7 picks left and we all have all of our abilities left?
Yeah,
That's risky.
it is risky,
It's risky.
but yeah,
Mm.
what are we gonna do?
I have a
Okay.
good short list. I have 7. Now that we're getting into the top 7, I have 7 that I've listed like need to be on here.
Okay,
So this is really crucial where we go from here. If we're moving on from the 8 spot.
it feels like we are, unless you're using a veto.
I'm not.
Okay,
Nice. Awesome. 2 really good picks from Ethan. Okay. We're in the top 7 here. Ashley, welcome to the draft.
Thank you. So excited.
I don't feel good about you drafting 7, so I definitely don't feel good about you drafting 1. Let's see how we get there.
Okay. My heart is racing, and it probably has something to do with this giant coffee. But also I feel nervous. I feel like there's so much pressure, but it's only number 7. And you just played 21.
If-
so I don't know what I'm nervous about.
Stop
You're
bashing
fine.
on
Yeah,
this
you're-
movie.
You're fine.
I will give you a little bit of a pro tip here. I'll collab with you. We'll sidebar. If you want Viva Rock Vegas on this list,
Uh-huh.
play it at 7. You have my blessing.
Well,
If you dare play it anywhere else on this board, are you okay with that, Ben?
I guess,
You want Viva Rock Vegas in the top 3 Las Vegas movies of all time? Nobody talks about this movie. It's not a good movie.
but maybe they should, and maybe this is how we get that conversation started. You know, who knows?
We are the purveyors of the future of cinema. Is what's happening here on this
Give
podcast.
Stephen Baldwin more work. Yeah, exactly.
God,
Let's make
Jesus
it happen.
Christ. Hashtag not my Flintstones.
Okay. All right. Oh, I don't know what to do. Okay.
I am so worried. The amount of silence that's happening right now is
I'm so excited.
frightening.
I feel like I am having to choose right now between
Ashley, this
Woody
is
Harrelson.
a collaborative draft. Let's talk about it. What the hell is Woody Harrelson in? That takes place in Las Vegas.
Oh, for someone who loves erotic thrillers, you should know I'm talking about Indecent Proposal.
Yeah,
Haven't seen it.
Okay.
you love it. So good.
Or these are my curveballs, okay? Or
I love how collaborative we're getting right now on the 7th pick. This is what I dream of when I prep for these drafts. I dream that every pick we can just be like, let's talk about it.
And I'm just worried. Like, I don't think anything she's about to say is in my top 8, and we have 7.
I can
spots
tell you
left.
it's not in my top 7 either.
is it Con Air?
No,
This-
it's
Anyone
not.
No, this is
on their
interesting.
list?
I think we should talk about Con Air for a second. I
Okay.
think we
Let's
should
talk about
sidebar.
it.
This is fascinating.
Okay.
Con Air is on my short list.
Uh-huh.
Does it have a wiki section on Las Vegas? That's what I need to know.
That's how we determine. Now, Con Air
Uh-huh.
obviously takes place on a plane.
Mhm.
The plane arrives in Las Vegas
Right.
and it crashes down the strip,
Yes.
really into a lot of predominant Las Vegas material.
Mhm.
And that's how we deem like, oh, that's Las Vegas.
Yeah.
But is that enough to say it's a Las Vegas movie?
Is it enough?
It's a
I
question.
mean, is it?
Could they have filmed that, like, instead of crash landing in Las Vegas, could they have crash landed in Times Square? And it would have been the same thing.
It would have been different.
I argue yes.
I think it would have been different.
Really?
I think there's something about the desert aspect of it. Like, it's like this oasis that
Yeah.
they had to land in, not like a huge
Oh, sure.
metropolitan spot, you know?
That's
But
fair.
I don't know.
Mhm.
I think that's good.
Is that the 2 that you're going between?
Yeah, but
Nice.
I think I'm leaning towards Con Air because
I think
that's-
Con Air is like a 15 or a 16 slot. We got to be honest with ourselves. A 7? Guys, what? I mean, yeah.
I'm looking
But-
I'm looking at the wiki right now.
I do not think when I think of Las Vegas, Con Air is not like, oh yeah, good movie. Like, Vegas flick.
Didn't you say it was on your short list?
Oh, that's on my long list. I lied. Definitely not on the short list.
That back.
Pretty good movie. I mean, I'll give it to you. Really good movie.
Indeed.
I like Con Air. But is that enough to like warrant it being on this list? I don't know.
Is it enough to warrant a veto?
Ooh.
Oh wow!
Ooh.
How
Strategy
quickly,
coming in.
How quickly mood changes. Jesus. Oh, I only have one veto, and I tell you, I'm not going to veto Con Air in any draft. Good movie. Good flick.
I also just think it'd be wild to put this list out there and to this be the Nick Cage Las Vegas movie that ends up on the list.
I think this
so
is-
wild.
this
but
is an
I
interesting
love
point.
it. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. So what's
This
the
is
official
gonna be-
pick?
Like, I don't think we can have 2 Nick Cage movies on this list.
Yeah.
There's too many other things to choose from.
All right. I've made my decision. Miss Congeniality 2, Armed and Fabulous.
Okay. I
This
love
list just went to shit.
it. No,
It's
this
over.
is
The
amazing.
draft is over. Oh my God, guys.
I love it.
Okay. Wow. I'm a little bit speechless. Ben, have you seen this movie?
I have seen this movie. Have you seen this movie?
No,
No.
I have not.
Have you seen the first one?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm very pro Sandra Bullock.
It doesn't sound like it. It does not sound like it at all.
I just, no. Wasn't on the list, you know? I don't know what to tell you.
It is now. You know what? I bet you got Sophie's vote. I bet she'd be on board with this for sure.
That's all. That's all. my
There's a
entire
demographic
goal.
that's gonna love it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Miss Congeniality 2, Armed and Fabulous. Wow.
Read us the wiki.
A better sequel than Godfather 2.
I can't pot in person anymore. I don't think it's for me. I don't think I'm up to snuff. Gosh. After her triumph at the Miss United States pageant, FBI agent Gracie Hart, she's an FBI agent in this movie,
In both movies. Yeah.
becomes an overnight sensation and the new face of the FBI, but it's time to spring into action again when the pageant's winner, Cheryl, and MC Stan are abducted.
Mm-hmm. Played by William Shatner.
It sounds terrible. And we're going to put it above, 21, Viva Las Vegas, Ocean's 13.
You put those there, not me.
God. You know, do you guys remember like 10 minutes ago on this pod when I was like, this is everything I dream of?
This is what we
Talking
need.
about our picks. And now this is what we get. Armed and dangerous? Armed and fabulous.
Fabulous.
Wow.
Fabulous.
Come
Oh
on.
my gosh. Okay. Wow. I think we've failed as a society. Okay.
Diedrich Bader.
Is there
Tree
a Miss
Williams.
Congeniality 3?
Nick Offerman's in it.
He's good in Civil War.
He's
As the
good in
president.
everything.
When we eventually have the fictional movie President's Draft, I will be.
Ooh.
I know I've said this before on this pod. I will be drafting Nick Offerman. for
Yeah,
Civil War.
he'd be great.
And he's great. He has one line. It wasn't me.
I don't think there is a 3, but
I think we're doing good as the purveyors of cinema. We're going to start the conversation.
Yeah.
We need a Miss Congeniality 3.
ooh,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm not wasting
Save
a
this for
veto on
after
this.
the pod.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not wasting a veto.
me either. I like it.
Okay. We've got big, yeah. As Ashley said, we've got bigger fish to fry.
Oh, are you saving your veto for the number 1 because you don't trust me?
Anything's possible.
Oh,
Anything, that's a high risk, high reward trade off right there. Anything's possible. Okay, Ben.
Number 6.
Number 6.
What's Vegas without some showgirls?
Is that what you're playing, Showgirls?
I think I'm gonna play Showgirls.
Yes,
I
Ben.
think this is the
Yes.
way
Yes.
I think-
Yes.
to go. I think,
You know.
but I also still do love Elvis.
Do you
I
want to
love
hear what's
Austin
crazy?
Butler.
You want to hear what's crazy?
Yeah.
I have my short list of 11 of like, this would be my perfect draft. You want to know what's number 6?
What?
Showgirls.
Well, in that case,
God-
Elvis.
God damn
at
it.
Number 6. I want to play Elvis.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah. It's so good. It's a great movie. It's a fantastic movie. We get more than a montage in Vegas. We get like the last half of the movies in Vegas. We see
The
its
last
progression.
2 hours.
The great 2 hours. Yeah.
The
I'm on
movie's
board
an
with this.
eternity long.
I'm
Just
on board
FYI.
with this because Baz Luhrmann pairs so perfectly with Las Vegas. It's so
Mm.
insanely stimulating that the pairing is perfect.
I think it's the way to go.
We could have had it all.
What do you mean? We do have it all.
We've got Miss Congeniality, Armed and Fabulous, and then Elvis.
I mean, we know I.
We could have had Con Air and Showgirls. Two absolute stalwarts of films.
You got the next pick. You can play one of those. I love this movie. I think Austin Butler's great. I love the whole Vegas sequence when he's doing. I'm trying to remember which song is it. Suspicious Minds. Like when he's like getting the band. Like now you come in. You like it's so fucking good. Yeah, this is just like I know we have an Elvis movie, but I think it's also right that we have the Elvis movie on here. We once watched Elvis here in Las Vegas.
We did.
Yeah, you texted me
with
when
my
you did
dad's,
that.
and it was fantastic. And it just feels right. It feels right. And I'll be the person who plays both Elvis movies. That's totally fine with me. They can come after me, but I'm using 2 of my 4 picks on Elvis movies because we're in Las Vegas. So yeah. There you go. Baz Luhrmann.
You've really been Vegas pilled.
I have
That's
been.
tough.
I have been indeed.
That's really tough.
Let's go get tattoos right now. Let's do this. I need my Elvis tattoo.
Man. Dang it. Well, I can't help but wonder if I never would have talked about Showgirls, if you would have been more inclined to follow your
To
heart.
leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can
So-
play it
There's
at
still
5.
5.
No, I just, every episode I learn a little something about myself.
Yeah.
I gotta seek the truth.
It's good. Learning. We're all learning.
Yeah, we're all learning what apparently the best Las Vegas movies are. That's what we set out to do today, and I'm
Yeah.
not sure we're achieving that. Shoot, that really puts us in a fucking pickle
It
for
does,
the top
doesn't it?
5.
It does, huh?
We are in a bad spot. We are in a bad place.
Okay, this doesn't have to stay in, but
I'll give you a hint, Ashley. Everything stays in.
no. What if we add to the bag of tricks for like veto and veto override a replay? What if we
Ooh,
get
this
to
is
the end of
interesting.
the list and be like, you know what? No, I want to swap out.
Oh, this is interesting. So you're saying someone would have a superpower
Yeah.
in which we get to the end of the list and we say, here's our 11 Las Vegas movies or MCU movies
Yeah.
or what have you. And then the person with that replay has the ability to then go back and say, well, I'd actually like to change one of my picks.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That seems like an Infinity Stone type situation.
Yeah.
It seems really powerful.
I think you earned that after like 20 appearances on the show.
I think,
or something.
I think that's fair.
19 to go.
19 to go.
I think that's fair. We'll talk. We got to get Sophie's approval. Honestly,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I got to come down to Sophie.
Get her on the
She's really the power behind the pod.
Mhm.
Okay.
I think what we need here is a little less conversation, a little more action. So let's get going.
Oh my god.
I can't. I can't. You're Elvis pilled, brother. You got to rein it in. Okay. Top five. Okay. Wow.
Can't be five.
It's
I only have 1 pick in the top 5. That's crazy.
so you have 1 pick. Ashley and I have 2
Mhm.
picks apiece. Top 5. I am never a fan of being the person that starts the top 5. I think that's a real like target on your back situation.
Mm,
Because both of you have mentioned like, well, it's really about top 3, 5, 7.
yeah.
I'm gonna go with a movie that has Las Vegas in the title.
Jesus.
I'm gonna go with Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas
Oh.
at number 5. Do you guys think I was going with Leaving Las Vegas?
No.
I mean, there's only so many options.
I'm gonna go with Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I think it's a really, really good movie.
Mhm.
Part of the Criterion Collection for a reason. When I'm like, oh, Las Vegas movies.
Yeah.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. That's it for me.
It sounds like when someone says Las Vegas movies, you're like, oh, Kevin Spacey, Johnny Depp, great guys, fantastic guys. Let's get them on the list. So yeah, no, I think that's great. Not problematic at all. Yeah.
I'm just really all about reinstituting problematic white males in mainstream society.
They deserve a break for sure.
They
Yeah,
really
yeah.
have had it hard.
They have
As of
a
late.
difficult time.
As of late.
Yeah. No, I think this is a
Um,
good pick. I think this is definitely a Vegas movie. I haven't seen it in its entirety in a very long time,
Mhm.
like 20 years, something like that. But so I'm not going to veto it because it does feel like a Vegas movie.
It does feel like a Vegas movie.
After all, that is our goal here on the pod.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Really?
Yeah. So I can't really speak about it. But it feels like I think my issue with this movie and Las Vegas movies is they're very like geared towards dudes. That's a
Mm.
dude movie.
I feel like that's a big showgirl slander right there is what I'm feeling. But wouldn't know. Haven't talked about it.
Who
Not
knows?
on the list.
We'll see.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Ooh.
One of us has the number one pick.
That's true.
Showgirls at number 1. That would be something.
That'd be amazing.
Actually, I might be on board with that.
Yeah.
I might be on board with that. That's
Okay.
pretty good.
I'm relieved to hear that. Yeah, it's just like movies like Fear and Loathing and Fight Club seem to go hand in hand for like a
Mm.
dude that's like, oh, you want to come over and watch a movie? And then they put that on. That's
Is that what
That's
old
where-
dudes sound like
if
when they
we-
ask if
Yeah.
you want to watch
if
a
we
movie?
did a draft of dude movies, like, oh, you want to come watch a movie? That would probably
Yeah.
be in the top
The
3 for
early
sure.
aughts, Netflix and chill. Like a dude
Yeah.
invites you over. What movie does he put on? Top 7. Yeah.
Dude
exactly.
core.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Dude core collab draft. Could be good. Toby Maguire's in this movie. Shout out. Okay. I feel good about this.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
All right.
Number 4.
Number 4.
Number 4 for me also has Vegas in the title. And it happens to be my favorite movie featuring the Griswold family,
Ooh.
What is going on with our list?
Vegas Vacation.
Okay. Okay. That's a very Vegas movie.
Yeah.
Uncle Eddie.
Um,
Uncle Randy. Uncle Eddie.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. You got that right this time.
Oh my god.
It's so good. There's snake pits. There's showgirls. There, Wayne Newton. Hello
Mm.
on a horse.
Mm.
A lock of hair. Oh my god.
A good Vegas movie will have Wayne Newton in it.
Uh-huh.
I almost played Mars Attacks like at the 11th spot because we do get a little Vegas, little Wayne
see,
Newton in it. So
That would have been good.
That would have been good.
That
I
would've been really
forgot
good.
about that one.
Yeah.
Danny DeVito at the table.
Jack Black. We have
Can
so
I do
many
a
great spots.
replay and put Mars Attacks at number 7? Because really, truth be told, I only
Wow.
played Miss Congeniality to fuck with Ethan.
The truth comes out 3 picks later.
This whole draft is rotten. It's all ruined. This whole pot is against me.
It's out of love.
It is absolutely not. It's out of people wanting to see my demise.
No, let's put Mars Attacks at 7.
Can we
Can
go
we call
back?
Sophie?
We can't go back.
This is the first replay? Are you
We should-
instituting the first
Can we call
replay?
Sophie?
I should call Sophie and get her live on the pod right
Get
now.
her live.
Be
yeah.
like, Sophie, you have the power.
How do you feel
Pick
about
one.
this?
How do you feel about this?
Yeah.
You
I
can
like
either
it.
have Miss Congeniality, Armed and Fabulous, or Con Air, still an option, or Mars Attacks. I wonder. She would probably pick Miss Congeniality.
Okay.
Okay, so
Vegas Vacation. How
Ben-
do you feel? Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it. Ben, you've rated this movie 2.5 stars on Letterboxd.
Yeah.
And I just want to let you know there's like vetoes exist. And I don't think it's in good faith to having a 2.5 star movie in the top 4.
Well, it sounds like you got a veto on hand.
Shit. Yeah. Okay, so Ben, I trust you a lot more in the 3 spot. Obviously, I get the number 2. I know what I'm going to play there. Now she's got the number 1.
Wait, okay.
This
wait,
is it's just really
wait,
worrisome
wait.
that like we haven't talked about some absolute must-haves on this list, and we're already narrowing down.
I have 5 must-haves still on my list, and we're going into the top 3 with 5 of my they need to be on the list movies. And I'm just like,
Why
we'll
don't
see
you
what
want to veto?
happens.
Why don't you want to veto?
I mean, it's a very Vegas movie. It's Vegas Vacation. And that's what we're doing. We're doing a Vegas list here.
Okay.
And it's not the movie that I really dislike. So that's what I'm holding out on here.
Okay. You're okay with it.
Yeah, it's Vegas Vacation.
Okay.
Are you okay with it? Do you want to lock it in at 4 or are you rethinking?
I think it's worth having a collaborative conversation.
Let's have a
quickly.
collab combo.
So, Ben, are you willing to divulge any of your 5 must-haves? Because I also have 6 must-haves on this list, and we're in the top 4.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Okay.
Are we going to disclose what's on the list?
We've
Like on
never
our
done
short
it
list?
before.
Generally,
I'm usually against talking about specific movies because I want to see what people play, but we have all hinted at Ocean's 11.
Right. That's
So
in the mix.
I feel like that's in the mix for sure.
Mhm.
And so
Okay.
if that gets played in the next 3 spots, there's only 2 spots left to get some of these must-haves in if
Okay.
Vegas Vacation sticks at 4.
Guys, why did you
So
let me burn?
let me pose.
My number
Listen,
10?
we have not locked in Vegas Vacation yet. I'll make the ruling.
Okay.
we're still up in the air on number 4.
Influx.
Influx. Vegas Vacation is currently like the placeholder.
Mhm.
So we've talked about Showgirls briefly.
Yeah.
I think Swingers, The Hangover, Ocean's 11, Casino, whatever Flintstones movie
Holy
you're trying to
shit
put on
balls.
this list.
We've really left
We got
off some
we
bangers.
got Rain Man, we got Hard 8, we got Leaving Las Vegas. And like there's a lot out there. I just listed like almost 10 movies and we have 4 spots left.
Yeah.
So we all agree on Ocean's 11. I think at least needs to be in like the top 2.
I would think.
Ashley, really up to you on that one. Really, all the power on the board right now is yours.
Okay.
All of this to say, let's not fuck up number 4. Let's just pick a better movie.
The Vegas Vacation. It is my personal. I'm not trying to like Miss Congeniality 2. I burned it just to really mess with you, and I think it worked. You see,
I'm not flustered in the
Perturbed.
slightest. I just
perturbed.
this
You
is I'm-
rattled off like 9 movies. Like, please pick something else. I'm not rattled.
So
Please pick something
you
else.
played 21.
needed to be on the list. I don't know what else to tell you. That's just how it goes. Look,
You've played 21.
I'm gonna-
You played 2 Elvis movies.
I'm gonna do what Sophie always does. Whenever the pod doesn't go her way, she's just like, well, that's not my pod. That's just how I'm gonna be on this show.
And I hope you'll go back and clip the part where you said, Ashley, this is my pod. And play that right now. Because you did literally say that earlier, which I love.
I'm okay. All the movies that you just listed, though,
Pick any of them.
all dude centric.
Mm.
So many men. All those movies are about men. So I'm gonna full disclosure.
Showgirls is
Showgirls,
literally
I'm-
about women empowerment.
That's why I'm saving it for my number 1 pick.
Okay.
Oh,
Now
this
we
is
know.
interesting. Now we know.
I said
In
full
good faith, you're
disclosure.
gonna pick Showgirls at number 1.
Yes.
Wow.
That's my personal top
Whoa. Okay.
I would be okay with Ocean's 11.
Mhm.
Okay.
I feel good about either of those.
I
But-
like Showgirls at number 1. I like that a lot.
It's to me, that's what Las Vegas is.
Mhm.
It's tacky.
Mhm.
It's campy. It's
It's about
overstimulating.
dudes just making mixtapes, you know?
It's everyone is going at an 11.
Mhm.
Where else are you going to get the fashions from Gina Gershon? The lip liner,
Mhm.
like the pool sex. That's what Las Vegas is.
You realize you still have to pick number 4 before you pick number 1. I just want to put that out there right now.
I know. Okay, but that's what I'm saying.
So,
like you
okay, so-
listed all of those other dude movies.
Showgirls
It's
at number
like,
1.
Yeah.
Ocean's 11, either in the 2 or 3 spot. I will, in good faith, while both of you stare into my fucking soul, I will put out there Casino has to be in the top 3.
Okay.
That's a Vegas movie
All
at
right.
its core. So that
You
means,
just-
Ashley, the number 4 spot is the only thing that is available to say, hey, let's put The Hangover, probably one of the greatest Las Vegas movies of all time, on the list.
You're gonna play Casino.
I'm playing.
that what you're
I'm
saying?
playing Casino
Are
at
we
number 2.
negotiating? Okay.
This has got to be the most in good faith pod we've ever had.
And okay. All right. So let's
Until it all comes crumbling down when one of us doesn't abide by the
Okay.
rules.
All right. Here's what I'll say. I've got the number 4 spot.
We have established
the
that.
4 of us are here in the room together with your beautiful wife,
The
Molly.
fourth being my
Not to
my
mention your beautiful wife,
my
Molly, sitting here.
wonderful
The
wife
reason
Molly.
that we're here to celebrate
Mhm.
her 30th birthday, the incredible accomplishment. of
She's literally
finishing-
sitting on the bed watching this pod.
college.
It's
Yeah.
incredible.
And I'm going to say we're the 4 best friends that anybody could have. And I will play The Hangover.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
We won.
We did it.
Who would have thought Molly saved the pod? Wouldn't have been me. Wow.
And the satchel you wore last night really locked it in, too.
That's true.
Yeah. Real Zach Galifianakis vibes. Showing out to the casino at 1 a.m.
Indiana Jones and Elvis. Or Indiana Jones and Ethan.
Would you
were,
like some chapstick out of my satchel? The Hangover, I feel like is one of those movies where there's just like not a lot to add to the conversation because people
Mhm.
just like have talked about it to
Mhm.
death. I think it is still in the echelon of like one of the greatest modern day, comedies of all time. I think it's like Step Brothers, The Hangover, Superbad, Like those are kind of what are in that conversation. Shout out to my boy Bradley Cooper, just doing good shit all the time, showing up in Dungeons and Dragons, making light work out of Maestro. Back for Hangover 4? Who knows? We'll see.
Is this the franchise that fell off the furthest from the first movie? Because 2 and 3 are awful.
Absolutely.
Here's my statement on The Hangover. It's the last good thing Todd Phillips did.
Huh.
Director of The Joker, Todd
You've
Phillips.
seen Joker, right? You've seen Joker.
I have indeed. And this is the last great thing that he did.
We're at on Joker Folie à Deux. You excited?
I mean, it can't be worse than the first one.
We should pod an immediate draft after that.
I mean,
We should draft all Todd Phillips. We should just draft a 3-round Todd Phillips. Joker Folie à Deux, and The Hangover. How'd you rank?
Hangover, the Grand Canyon of space, and then Joker, and then who knows about the Joker 2.
Oh.
We'll see. Lady Gaga's good. It's like I love Stars Born. Like she's fantastic in that.
Another movie with Bradley Cooper.
Another
What do you
Bradley
know?
Cooper movie. Yeah.
Sounds like one of our great American heroes.
Wow. Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
Up there. Yeah. Up there for sure.
Up there with Kevin Spacey and Johnny Depp.
Hey, we've done a good job of putting Bradley Cooper at the center of the world. Okay.
Wow.
I like
Do
Maestro.
you like
Good movie.
Bradley Cooper more than Ryan Gosling?
That's tough. That's a really good question. And as of late, I'd say Bradley Cooper's getting up there in terms of like, that's my guy kind of status.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Gosling just kind of like, he made The Fall Guy and like, cool, good for you guy. But like, wasn't, I don't know, you could be making Maestro. That's all I'm saying. Getting nominated for Oscars left and right.
Okay.
What's Bradley Cooper got coming up next? When's his live pod tour across America? That's what I want to know.
What do you think you would talk about?
How do we get Coops on the pod?
Do you think he'll call it Flew the Coop? And
I'm sorry, you've exceeded your pun limit for the episode. We've got to shut it down.
Pod has flown the coop.
We've got to shut it down.
It's time to go.
Coop. The pod about anything. Okay, our top 3. So we've got The Hangover
Top
locked in
3.
4. Let's get our top 3 out. So Ashley, you said what you're going to play at number 1. I said what I'm playing at number 2. Ben suspiciously remained silent at number 3, as he usually does.
The man of mystery.
I guess anything's possible.
I like that this draft is going to end up with me playing 2 Elvis movies and 2 Oceans movies. Like that's all I'm going to end up doing here. But Ocean's 11 has to be on this list. While it would be my personal number 1, I respect and understand why Showgirls should be number 1 on this list. And I think that is the way to go here. But Ocean's 11 is just like,
I would be happy in the top 3.
yeah, top 1. That's the way. I think that's the way to go.
Okay.
We need a female-centric movie on this list of dudes. So, Ocean's 11, I think a perfect movie. I don't think there's anything. There's no like offbeat with this movie at all. You don't agree? Or
No, I nothing wrong.
Yeah,
I'm
I think
agreeing
it's
with you.
great cast. The best Clooney and Pitt have been, especially together. We get, I don't know. What's there to say about Ocean's 11? Like the switch works. Even still, sometimes I watch it. It's like, wait, so how do they end up doing this? It's like, it works out perfectly. We get like kind of the jazzy soundtrack, montages out the wazoo, but they all are great. The Mormon Twins, again, your boy Casey Affleck never did anything wrong,
Nope.
but I know he's
Cool
here
guy.
for you.
Hey,
Yeah,
Oppenheimer doesn't work without Casey Affleck. Let's put some respect.
that's true.
Respect our troubled white males.
Ocean's 11. I love it. It's my favorite Vegas movie, and I'm glad to play it in the top 3.
I love Ocean's 11. I haven't seen it in a long time, so I don't feel qualified to like really dig in. And I need to rewatch it, but yeah, Ocean's 11 rips.
I won't
No
dig in
further
either.
comments.
But it feels like one of those classic TNT movies that runs on the weekend, and it's like you throw it on, and it's like 45 minutes in. It's like, oh, cool.
Yep.
I'll just watch the rest of this.
Yeah.
Guess I'm
I'm on
watching
board.
Ocean's 11 again.
Yeah.
Clooney and Julie Roberts, their chemistry.
Wow.
Does he make you laugh? He doesn't make me cry. I mean, what a line delivery. So good. Love it.
Okay. So this puts us in an interesting predicament.
Oh, uh-oh.
Not in the fact that I'm going to choose anything else, because I will be sticking to my guns here. But I do think that if we do, as we said, Ashley, and we're all in agreement, it seems like we're all aligned, it could possibly be the very first draft where nobody uses a veto
Oh.
or a veto override. I find that
That'd be interesting.
very intriguing. That's a major milestone in the work of collaborative drafting.
It really is.
We're breaking through the space and we're creating a new, better world for the future.
But who knows if this is the best number 2 movie? We'll see.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
We
I
will
knew
see.
You were going to say that. It can't be. Okay, so I'm going to play Casino at number 2. I think undoubtedly like one of the best Las Vegas movies out there. I think it's one of Scorsese's best, and it is amazing to me. Casino is probably the last movie that I watched where I was like, oh shit, you can do that in movies. And like, I didn't know that. During like the phone call scene where basically like they're talking about one thing, but then Scorsese decides to put some like type text on the screen denoting what they're actually talking about. And like just brilliant filmmaking on every single level. I love Casino. I've played it in drafts before. I'm not one to shy away from Casino.
Yeah, it's fantastic. This is something I personally enjoy more than Goodfellas. I think Casino is a great movie. I mean, when we watched it, you and I were just both caught up on Sharon Stone's outfits are
steals
insane.
the show for me.
Unbelievable in that movie. Rifing
Undeniable.
through the closet, just like losing her mind.
Style icon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If I could have any closet from a movie, that would
Ooh.
be a top contender.
Also, like the literal closet itself.
It's
is
a true
amazing,
walk-in.
but like the
It's
clothes are
huge.
fantastic, but the actual closet is crazy.
Yeah.
It's so good.
So good.
So I played 2 Elvis movies and 2 Oceans movies, and you played Kevin Spacey, Johnny Depp, and James Woods. So I just want to like make that clear that that's what's going to be on
Like
the,
I said,
on the graphic.
You know, you got to stick to the bit. You just gotta keep it in good faith.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep it rolling.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Up in arms about Miss Congeniality.
I can't even play like one of the greatest movies ever made without you just putting it under the slander radar here. Jeez.
Oh, so good.
Okay. All right. It's locked in
Okay.
at number 2. I was really petrified, Ben, that you'd just be like, I'm just going to veto that for fun.
I wanted to, but then I was like, well, maybe he would steal Showgirls, and I don't want that.
Yeah.
Swingers, I think. I mean,
That would've
we'll
been-
talk about discards.
That
but
would have been a true blowout for the pod.
Yeah, that would have been.
If you
insane.
vetoed I Stole Showgirls for number 2 and left Ashley just full power at number 1,
Viva Rock Vegas, baby.
you talk about things that are bad for society. That's one of them.
Just 2 Kyle MacLachlan movies up for grabs.
Two wolves live in you, Ashley. All right. Casino number 2. Number 1 pick, Ashley?
Showgirls.
Love it. In confidence.
Yeah. It's the best.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good. It was recently streaming on the Criterion Channel's Razzies
Yeah.
kind of collection that they had, and that's how I watched it. I believe I've told this very short story before here on the pod, but I did pick up a physical disc of Showgirls at a kind of a thrift junket,
Mhm.
and I went to go open it for the first time and be like, oh, I should watch Showgirls. Inside of it, porno disc.
Oh,
What do you know? So whoever owned that previous to
when
me,
you see it.
yeah, it's just real Showgirls core stuff right there.
My first experience with Showgirls is I went to like a local Blockbuster type store with my dad's boyfriend at the time. And he's like, you know, it'd be really funny is if we're watching Showgirls when your dad comes home from work. It's like, that would be really funny. Let's give that a shot. So we actually threw it on, and it ends up being the scene where he goes to like finger her. She's like, you can't, I'm on my period. He's like, no, you're not. And then he just like does it anywhere for whatever he says. And I was like, dude, just take her word for it. What's happening right now? And then like 5 minutes later, my dad walks in. He's like, what the fuck are you watching? I was like, oh, okay, hold on. This went really south really fast. And then just eventually watched the whole movie. I was like, man, this is
What's
cinema.
funny?
yeah.
This is cinema.
That's number 1 Vegas, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That all happened when you were what, 28?
Something like that. Yeah, I think that's what it was. I was like, wait, hold on.
I agree. I think Showgirls at number 1 is really good for this list.
Mhm.
I think it is definitely justified. Okay, that completes our list of 11. I'm going to go through the list real quick. I want to call out a couple movies, obviously, that we didn't talk about. At number 11, we've got Ocean's 13. Number 10, we've got Viva Las Vegas. Number 9, The Godfather. Number 8, 21, movie starring a lot of people, a lot of good actors. Number 7, Miss Congeniality, Armed and Fabulous, a movie that's definitely real. Number 6, Elvis. Number 5, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Number 4, The Hangover. Number 3, Ocean's 11. Number 2, Casino. Number 1, Showgirls. If I were to look at the top 5 of this list, I think we got it right. I think we absolutely got the top 5 right. Bottom 6, questionable. I think we left off some really big hitters, obviously. Talked about Swingers.
Mhm.
I think that would be like the biggest omission out of this list. Great movie. Really good flick. Great Vegas movie.
Yeah.
Not
It
on the
would
list.
have been good.
Vince Vaughn. I mean, another stand-up guy who's
Yeah.
done nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong at all.
I think we're finding the real problem with these men is that they made movies featuring Las Vegas and it ruined them.
Mhm.
If we had gone further on the list or maybe just played it differently, Rain Man could have been interesting because it feels like a
Rain Man.
significant segment of the movie.
Yep.
It's a bit, so it wouldn't work, but I love the Austin Powers bit in Vegas.
Mhm.
It was like, I'm Richie Cunningham. This is my wife, Oprah. Like, just that line alone is like really kind of funny.
Like the delivery of it is so good.
Yeah. And then, like I said earlier, Mars Attacks. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
a lot of these were kind of,
If I could turn back time, I would replay.
You realize it wasn't good enough to get at me. You would actually try to make it worse.
Well,
That was
no,
worth a
I
bit.
think it was worth a bit, but
Guys.
you know, if we're
Never.
just looking at the list, that would be the swap out for me.
I think we left off the Flintstones, Viva Rock Vegas. A couple of movies that are worth mentioning of like, does it qualify? Before that, Heart 8, I think is another one that we left off in terms of like Las Vegas movies. Having a PTA movie on this list would have been beneficial, I think. Movies of like, is it a Vegas movie? Could have sparked some good conversation. Blue Valentine we talked about. The Big Short. Shout out Jade on Instagram. Gave me The Big Short, and I was like, oh yeah, they do go to Vegas. Huge montage
yeah.
in Vegas with Selena Gomez, Richard Thaler, like the master of modern economics, and like at the blackjack table, explaining how all of that works. I think it qualifies as a Vegas movie. And then a movie that I watched actually on the plane to our trip, Midnight Run.
I thought you were going to play it.
I thought about it. And this is what sparks the question of like, is it a Vegas movie? Really, the only part of Midnight Run that takes place in Vegas is the final 10 minutes where the deal goes down in McCarran Airport in Las Vegas. And I don't know in good faith if that's enough to be a Vegas movie. Midnight Run, great fucking movie though.
Yeah, it feels like it could qualify for like segments in Vegas movies, kind of like Con Air, kind of like Jason Bourne when they take that truck and just like go down the strip. But I don't know. I think the listeners might say our biggest omission might be leaving Las Vegas as far as like Vegas movies.
Yeah.
But that is the one that I watched that I was just like, this movie sucks. This is not a good movie at all.
Really?
I don't understand. And then I got a letterbox and everyone's like 4.5, 5 stars. I'm like, what did you guys watch that I watched? Like, because we watched that together and it's just like, what is happening here? This is crazy.
Classic Ben take, I gotta be honest. Everybody's like 5 stars, and he's like, well, we'll give it 1.5.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm seeing some 5 stars. I'm seeing some 4 stars on my letterbox.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, leaving Las Vegas didn't make the list. Okay. I feel relatively okay. I feel really good about our top 5 and pretty shitty about the rest, to be honest. 2 of which I played, so.
Yeah, you both had 4 picks in the bottom. So,
Well, we know someone that's not coming back on a collaborative draft anytime soon. The slander. Okay, guys. I think we did it. We created our list of 11 Las Vegas movies here on the Movie Draft Pod. Huge thank you to Ashley for joining us on the draft.
really, thanks for being here. Sorry for the silly pick at 7, but I had a really fun time.
This is a good pick.
Unforgivable. You will not live it down. Are you on social media? You want people to find you, or do you want to stay in Enigma?
I am an enigma
Okay.
wrapped in a riddle and cash. That's a Housewives reference that you guys don't understand, but the
Housewives.
real ones will know.
Yeah.
the real ones
Housewives
will
spin-off pod coming when?
Ooh, I like
Just
that.
throwing that out there. Ben, thanks for co-hosting with me.
Mhm.
Appreciate it.
Can we do movies that Housewives have been in? I mean, we could do like the Halloween movies, right? Because of
Kyle,
Kyle.
I don't know that many have been in it.
We'll think
They've
about
really
it.
seen an uptick in some Lifetime movies. So if you guys do want to binge some Lifetime movies,
Lifetime movies draft.
I can see that.
I could get on board. I'm sure. I don't know where Sophie falls in the Lifetime film oeuvre.
Yeah.
I don't know.
See.
I feel like we've taken a great like constitution of like Sophie feels this about these types of movies on this show, and I feel good about that.
Mhm.
Sophie, that's what happens when you disown your own pod.
Yeah.
Hate to break it to you.
Yeah.
Come back on the
exactly.
show, Sophie. We miss you.
Please return.
Okay. Be sure to listen and subscribe to the Movie Draft Podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes will be released weekly on Tuesdays. We'll see you then.